back to the channel. Hanging out on this beautiful Alabama spring Sunday morning out on the water. Appreciate you so much tuning in and spending a little time with me. I'm starting off this morning. I got here late, probably, let's see what time it is. I actually started fishing at about 9:30. So I'm fishing offshore. Got sun up overhead, not almost bluebird sky, and we're gonna see what we can find offshore first, and then we'll go. The wind's gonna be brutal, so I may not get to stay out here very long, but hang around. We're gonna see what we can catch out here, and then we'll go find some sheltered coves somewhere and do a different technique a little bit. Hang out, we'll be right back. That's what I'm talking about. Man, had him hooked. Out here in about 7 to 10 feet of water, near a drop. We are about nearly 100 yards off the bank, but we're still shallow. This is still a shallow flat. And so these fish probably have finished spawning and pulled out. That's freaking awesome. Love it. He hit like a train. He wanted that worm. Let him go back, get regrouped, and check my line. He's got me kind of tangled up. See if we can't drag up another one. I actually didn't think I was going to be able to sit out here with this wind like it is, but my anchor, I think, is hung on a rock. So it's kept me still for a few minutes. Hang out. I'll be back shortly. Get on in here, Junior. Man, yeah. Little worm. Oh, I had him hooked. Had him hooked. There we go. Check him out. Not as big as the first one, but on the same type of actually rocks. These bites are coming off. I've had 2 or 3 more bites off camera, all on a rocky bottom. A little steeper bank than the first one. The first fish that I caught this morning was on a flat. This one's on a little steeper bank, but like the first one, it was a very hard bottom. I don't know if that's got to do with the fact that maybe there's not as much moss and algae out on some of these bottoms out here a little deeper that are hard, rocky bottoms. But I know I'm feeling the rocks really good. Every bite so far has been when I'm banging it on some rocks. Maybe they're pulled out. Maybe it's because there's not as much moss and algae and they can actually see the bait working on the bottom and it's not getting buried up in the algae, and they can actually find it a little easier. Sometimes you have to work several areas and then determine really what's happening. All the bites that you get during the days, they're pieces to a puzzle. It's up to us as fishermen to put that puzzle together, and hopefully we can come up with a working pattern. I know there's a lot of little trees still in this area, but the bottom is hard rocks. It's not a mud bottom like back parts of the flat that I was on. It's all rocks. So we're going to daub around in here a few more minutes and work our way toward the back and see if there's not another one. Come on. I am in so much structure down there. I'm in limbs. I can feel the bottom is hard every time I'm dragging it. And then I'm coming across these little buckbrush limbs. There is so much to knock the weight against to attract attention. You just feel like you should get a bite right there. It's just too fishy. But I may have caught the one here. Easy. All right, boys. We got a hold of another one. Pretty good one. Pretty good one. Gotcha. Man, that feels good. Man, that feels good to catch a fish. Open your mouth. There we go. There we go. Check him out, boys. Haha. Another worm bass, Texas rig. And same deal as the others. Gotta be on a rocky bank. I don't know what the deal is. I've fished shallow. I have burned the spinnerbait. Throw the frog and the scum and the moss and the junk. Nothing. Gotta bump that worm. Today seems like I guess they pulled out a little deeper. This sunshine. Back in the water. There he goes. And it just seems like the hard bottom is the ticket. Bouncing it on the rocks. It's got to be. I've been all in the trees. I've been around a bunch of trees, but the main bite is it feels like every time I'm coming across it, you can feel a rock on the bottom with your weight, and it's like when I'm dragging across a hard rock bottom and I hit another rock, I don't know if they're keying in on the sound or it's kicking up a little silt or what's going on, but that seems to be the case. And on these casts that I'm getting these bites, I am not bringing in a lot of moss and scum, so it kind of leads me to believe that these hard bottoms, they're able to find this bait to where up in a little shallower, there may be fish shallow that I'm missing, but the Texas rig worm that I'm throwing, coming across these hard open patches with the rocks, they can find the bait. That's why I love finding these. You know, sometimes you'll have a stretch of 10-20 feet of hard bottom and scum all around it, and you know, you got to get it in the right spot. But man, that's fun. That one's a little bigger than the last one, thank goodness. About the size of the first one, I believe, but that one pulled pretty good. Alright, he scuffed my line up, so I'm gonna have to retie, and I'm gonna daub around a few more times right here, because this side of me, a lot of buckbrush and trees, but a lot of moss. The depth drops off steeper on my right hand side, but my left hand side in this little indention, this little pocket, had a harder bottom. produced a bite. So we'll see if it gets us another one. Let me retie, and hopefully I'll show you another one in a few minutes. Alright guys, I am winding it up for the day. I guess a 3 bass day is better than a no bass day. Been a grind pretty much. I've found out that most of the fish that I could get a bite out of, I had to be in the wind. And everybody around that knows me knows I hate fishing in the wind. So I scouted all the little coves I could, but man, the little pockets and stuff like that just seems dead. You gotta get in the wind, you gotta fish the hard bottoms, and man, that's about all I got out of it today. All my bites were on rocky bottoms and areas that didn't have a tremendous amount of the moss and the scum on the bottom. But overall, it was a beautiful day. I think I got my legs burned out here for the first time in shorts, and had a good day. Wish I'd had more fish to show, but you don't always get those big days. It's about to happen. They're going to turn on here before long, and we'll start having a lot of shad spawn, and man, that's when the spinnerbait bite's gonna turn on and show out. So I can't wait for that. We're in the part of spring right now, right after some of the bass may still be on bed. Some of them are done. It's a real iffy kind of situation. They're roaming around, the ones that are done, and a little hard to catch sometimes. Hard to get a pattern some of these days like that. A couple more weeks and patterns will start to come back. Anyway, you guys stay safe. Have a good day next trip out on the water, and I'll see you next time.